Imagine waking up after a storm and finding your street underwater, your basement flooded, and your community at a standstill. Urban flooding is becoming more common across Canada, and it's no longer just a problem caused by heavy rain. The way our cities are built also plays a major role. In this video, we'll explain what causes urban flooding, why Milton is at risk, how extreme weather makes the problem worse, and the impact flooding has on people, the economy, and the environment. In a natural environment, rainwater doesn't all flow away at once. Trees, wetlands, grass, and healthy soil absorb a large amount of rainfall, allowing it to slowly soak into the ground. This reduces runoff and helps prevent flooding. But as cities grow, many of these natural features are removed and replaced with roads, parking lots, sidewalks, rooftops, and buildings. These surfaces are called impermeable surfaces because they don't allow water to pass through them. Instead of soaking into the ground, rainwater quickly runs across concrete and asphalt, creating large amounts of runoff. Another problem is that urban development often changes or blocks natural waterways. Streams and creeks may be redirected, narrowed, or built over to make room for new neighborhoods and infrastructure. This forces water into smaller channels, increasing the chance that they will overflow during storms. Storm drainage systems are also under pressure. Many drainage systems were built decades ago when communities were much smaller. Rapid urban development has added thousands of new homes and businesses, creating far more runoff than these older systems were designed to handle. As a result, storm drains become overwhelmed, causing water to collect on roads and around buildings. Urban development isn't the only reason flooding is increasing. Extreme weather events are becoming more frequent and more intense. Heavy rainfall over a short period creates huge amounts of runoff, especially in cities where very little water can soak into the ground. As runoff flows into rivers, streams, and storm drains, these systems can quickly reach their capacity. When rivers and waterways become too full, they overflow onto nearby roads, neighborhoods, and properties. Even a few hours of intense rainfall can cause widespread flooding if the land and drainage systems cannot manage the volume of water. One of the most well-known hurricanes, Hurricane Hazel, has set the GTA expectation for the worst-case scenario of how much rain can fall: 285 millimeters or 11.23 inches of rain in 48 hours. Ontario has already experienced several major urban flooding events. In August 2014, Burlington received an extraordinary amount of rain in just a few hours. Thousands of homes were flooded, roads were washed out, and many families faced months of repair and recovery. Then, in 2024, Toronto experienced another severe flooding event after record-breaking rainfall. Highways were submerged, subway stations filled with water, vehicles became stranded, and thousands of residents experienced flooding in their homes and businesses. These events remind us that flooding is not a distant problem. It is already affecting communities across Ontario. Milton is considered a higher risk community because of its geography. Halton region contains several important watersheds that collect rainwater flowing from the Niagara Escarpment toward Lake Ontario. The Sargent Farms parking lot on Mill Street is the lowest point in Milton and acts as a bathtub as it can theoretically carry 13 feet of water. A concrete channel then takes that water down to one of the most significant waterways and open pipes in Milton, the 16-mile creek. Unfortunately, during heavy rainfall, large volumes of water land quickly and can't be removed fast enough, causing flooding. Because of this flood risk, development near the creek, especially in downtown Milton, has been limited in order to reduce potential damage. As Milton continues to grow, managing stormwater and protecting natural floodplains will become even more important. Flooding has serious consequences that affect nearly every part of a community. There are huge economic impacts. Flood damage is extremely expensive. The average cost to repair a flooded basement in Canada is approximately $43,000. Homeowners living in high-risk flood zones often see their insurance premiums double or even triple. Businesses are also affected. In fact, around 40% of small businesses never reopen after experiencing a major flood because of the financial losses. Governments face enormous repair costs as roads, bridges, public buildings, and utilities often require millions of dollars in repair. Flooding damages transportation infrastructure, making roads and bridges unsafe and disrupting travel. Utilities such as electricity, drinking water, and sewage systems may fail, leaving entire communities without essential services. Floodwaters often carry sewage, chemicals, fuel, and debris into rivers and groundwater, contaminating water supplies. Natural ecosystems also suffer. Wetlands, forests, and wildlife habitats can be destroyed or permanently altered. Flooded farmland loses valuable crops, nutrients, and topsoil, making it more difficult for farmers to grow food in the future. Beyond the physical damage, flooding has a major impact on people's lives. Many people are forced to leave their homes while repairs are completed. Floodwaters can spread bacteria and disease, while fast moving water creates serious safety hazards and increases the risk of injury. In the worst cases, the flooding results in the loss of lives as well as homes and personal belongings. Even after the flood is over, many people continue to experience stress, anxiety, financial hardship, and emotional trauma. Entire communities can take years to recover. Urban flooding is caused by more than just heavy rain. It happens because natural landscapes are replaced with impermeable surfaces, waterways are altered, drainage systems become overwhelmed, and extreme weather events are becoming more common. Recent floods in Burlington and Toronto demonstrate that this is already happening across Ontario. Milton's location within the Halton watershed and along 16 Mile Creek makes it particularly vulnerable. Although flooding cannot always be prevented, better city planning, stronger stormwater infrastructure, and protecting natural environments can significantly reduce the risks. As our communities continue to grow, understanding urban flooding is the first step toward building a safer, more resilient city for the future.